So finally we got the value of the moments, that means this is the maximum moment at the landing slab 70.44 and 103.10 kilonewton meter is the maximum moment at the waist slab. So we will consider the maximum moment for the checking purposes. Okay, that means when we check for the effective depth. So let's go to that particular step. That first write here the maximum moment, which is at the waist slab. It is 103.10 kilonewton meter. Okay, so let's remove this. So we will check for the effective depth. So check for effective depth. Okay, so for checking purposes we know the formula for the mu limit, that is given in the annexure G of IS 456 2000. So mu limit is equal to 0.36 xu max by D into 1 minus 0.42 xu max by D into BD square FCK. Okay, if you don't need to memorize this formula or use the code, you know the value of moment of resistance, that is C into Z. You know Z is the lever arm and C is the total compressive force. So you put the value and get this formula. Okay, previously I have shown you how this formula came from this, so I am not going to do the same thing over here. Just put the value. Now xu max by D for FE 415, the value of xu max by D is 0.48. So this 0.48 from where it is came, I will show you in the code. Here you can see these are the values, the xu max by D value for the respective value of Fy. So here in our case the Fy value is 415, so that is why we have taken the xu max by D, that is 0.48. Okay, so you just put the value of 0.48 here. Here it is also 0.48. Now B and FCK is 20 and we just need to put the value of B value. Okay, so what will be the value of B? The B is nothing but the length of the single flight, that is 1 point, not 1 point, we put it in millimeters, so 1350. So yeah, so what is the value of mu limit? Here we will put the maximum moment value, that is 103.10. so 103.10 into 10 to the power 6 because it is in kilonewton meter. So let's put all the values, 0.36 and here it is 0.48, 1 minus 0.42 into 0.48, B is 1350 and it is D square and 20. So when you solve, you get the value of D, that is 166 mm. You just check 166 mm. So which is less than 225 mm. So that is why it is okay. Okay. So this is one methodology by which you can check for the effective depth. Okay. There is another method that you can check this by calculating the moment of resistance. So the moment of resistance for Fy equals to 415, the formula you already know, I have derived, that is 0.138 FCK Vd square. Okay, so you know the value of FCK 0.138, FCK is 20, V is 1350, that means the length of a single flight, and the D that we have considered, that is 225. Okay, so this is square. So ultimately the value that you get, that is 188.62 kilonewton meter. So which is greater than the maximum moment which is generated over here, that is 103.10 kilonewton meter. So that is why it is also safe. Okay, so using any of one of these two methods you can check for the effective depth. So very simple. So let's go to the next step. Now we need to determine the area of steel. Very important thing. And to determine the area of steel, you know the formula that is given in the annexure G. Here. So previously to to check the effective depth, we have used this formula. Okay, that means C into Z. Now we will, to determine the area of steel, likewise we have done in the to design of beam as well as the slab, we have used this formula to determine the area of steel. Here we will do the same thing, that means we will consider this formula. So mu is equal to 0.87 Fy AST D into 1 minus AST Fy by BD FCK. Okay, here the value of B will be the length of the single flight, but in case of slab we consider the value of B, that is 1000, that means per meter basis, right? So let's put the value, that means mu equals to 0.87 Fy AST D to 1 minus AST Fy by BD into FCK. Okay, so except the value AST, we know every value, like Fy is equal to 415, D is 225, Fy here also 415, B is 1350, D is 225, FCK is 20, and moment, that is 103.10 into 10 to the power 6, because it is in kilonewton meter, so you convert in Newton millimeter, because all other values over here is in Newton millimeter. Okay, so the value that we get after calculation, that is AST equals to 1403.73 mm square. Okay, so this is the AST required. Now we will consider, we will provide 12 mm dia bars. Okay, so for the single dia, for the single bar, what is the cross sectional area of 12 mm dia? That is pi by 4 into 12 square, and it is 113 mm square. So how many numbers of bars required here? So number of bar required is 1403.73 by 113. So this is near about, let's check. So 1403.73 divided by 113, 12.42. So 12.42. So we will provide here 13 numbers bar. Okay. So our ultimate result, that is, we will provide 13 number 12 mm dia bar. Okay, that is in the main reinforcement. Now when we determine the main reinforcement, 13 number 12 mm dia, this is the area of steel provided. Okay, that means AST provided. So now we will determine the transverse reinforcement, that means which is provided at the transverse direction. This main reinforcement is provided in this particular direction. Okay, in this particular direction, but now we need to provide the transverse reinforcement which is provided in this direction, that means which is perpendicular to this main reinforcement. Okay. So let's determine the transverse reinforcement. So transverse reinforcement. So likewise we have determined the transverse reinforcement in slab. Here we also need to determine the value same as before, that is 0.12 BD by 100. Okay, so this is for the torch steel, and for the mild steel it is 0.15 BD by 100 as per given in the code. So let's put the value 0.12 into B. The value of B is 1350 because it is the length of the single flight, and value of D is 250, right? That means the overall depth by 100. So the value that you get, that is 405 mm square. So let's provide here 10 mm dia bar. Okay, so how many numbers of bars required? So the numbers of bar required is 405 by the cross sectional area of a single diameter, that means 5 by 4 into 10 square. So you will get the numbers of bar it is 5.159. So we will provide here 6 numbers. Okay, so the summary, that means for the transverse reinforcement is six number and the diameter is 10 mm dia bar. Okay, so the main reinforcement we have determined over here, and this is for the transverse reinforcement. So both we have determined. So these are the provided value, and the required value, let's write the AST which is required here, it is 405, and here the required value is previously 1403.73 mm square. Okay, so this is the AST required for main reinforcement, and this is the AST required for the transverse reinforcement, and these are the provided value. So now what we need to do is we need to check, that means our final calculation is done. So now we need to check for shear. Okay, you can also determine the spacing also, because as you got the numbers, how many numbers of bars are required, so you know the to determine the spacing, very simple. You know the value of B, so B is 1350, that is the length of a single flight. So you just divided the value B by the number of bar which is required. So number of bar for the main reinforcement, it is 13, and the number of bar for the transverse reinforcement, that is 6. So if you make the calculation, you will got the spacing also. Okay, so this is the formula to determine the spacing. Now we need to check it for the shear as well as the deflection, then our problem will be completed. Okay, so let's check. Now the first check that we will perform, that is the shear check. Okay, so for that we will go to the clause number 40.1 IS 456 2000. Okay, so where we need to determine the tau V, that means the nominal shear, and tau C, that means the design shear. So let's go there. So this is the clause number 40.1, that is for the nominal shear stress. So tau V, that is the nominal shear stress, is equal to Vu by Bd. So Vu is the shear force, and you can determine the value of Vu by WL by 2. You know the value of W, that means in our case we will consider the 24, that means the factor load which is coming to waist slab, and L is the effective length, that is 6230, right. So let's put the values. So tau V is equal to Vu by Bd, that means, and Vu is equal to WL by 2, and B is 1000 because we are considering per meter basis, right, into 225. Okay, and this that means WL by 2, the value you get, that is in kilonewton, but here we provided the value in millimeter, right. So we need to multiply it with the 1000 to convert it into Newton. So the result that we get in Newton per millimeter square. So you know the value of W, that is 24 kilonewton per meter, and L is in meter, that is 6.23. So when you solve this, you will get the value of tau V, that is 0.332, and the value of tau C you can got it from the table which is given in the code. Here you can, from the table 19, you can determine the value of tau C for the respective PT, percentage of steel. So we have not determined the percentage of steel, so let's see what is our percentage of steel which is provided. So the AST which is provided, that is this particular value, right. So rather you can write like 13 into pi by 4 into 12 square. So when you solve the value, it will the value you will get, that is 1469 mm square. Okay, so this is the area of steel which is provided. Now the PT equals to AST by BD into 100. So AST is 1469, B is 1350 and D is 225 into 100. So the value that you get, that is 0.48%. Okay, so this is the PT. So considering this PT, we need to determine the value of tau C. So this is the table 19. From here we can get the design shear strength of concrete, that is tau C Newton per millimeter square. So we will consider this particular column because our grade of concrete is M20 and our percentage of steel that we get, that is 0.48. So here it is not given, that means here it is given 0.25 and 0.50. Okay, so the respective value of 0.50 is 0.48. So definitely the corresponding value of 0.48 is near to 0.48. So I am just considering 0.47. Okay, you can make the interpolation likewise we have done in the previous cases, and after interpolation you can determine the exact value. So I am considering 0.47 here, that is 0.47. So in this case tau C is greater than the tau V, right? So if this condition satisfy, we don't need to provide any shear reinforcement. Okay, so now the last thing, that is the deflection check. So let's remove this. So what is the L by D max value? L by D max, we know as is a simply supported case, so the ratio is 20 and into the modification factor, and this modification factor, to determine this we need to go to figure number 4, right? We know the value of PT, so we need to determine the value of this modification factor from figure number 4. So let's go there. So this is the figure number 4. So here our value of the percentage of steel is 0.48. So it is something like this, because this is 0.6 and this is 0.5. So 0.48 is near to this particular point. Now we need to consider the curve. Which curve we need to consider? So to determine the curve, we have this formula, that means the Fs value. So Fs value, we know the formula, that is 0.58 into Fy into AST required by AST provided. So we know the value of AST required, that is 1403, right? Let's see, 1403, and the AST provided is 1469. So let's put the values. 1403 and it is 1469, right? So and you also know the value of Fy, that is 415. So after you make the calculation, so Fs value that we get near about 229 Newton per millimeter square, right? So that should be in between the 240 and 190. So the corresponding value, if we consider over here, that is near about 1.45. So the value that we get, that means the value of the modification factor for the respective value of the steel, that is in this particular point, that is 0.48, right? The PT percentage of steel that we got, that is 0.48. So for the 0.48, the corresponding value of the modification factor we consider here 1.45. okay, so just put here, so modification factor value of this is 1.45. so the ultimate value of, that means the L by D max value is 20 into 1.45. so let's calculate 20 into 1.45, sorry, 20 into 1. So that is 29. So 29. So this is the value, that is the maximum value of L by D. So L by D which is provided by us, it should be less than this 29. So the L value is 6230 and D is 225, right? 225. So let's calculate what is the value. So 27.68. So 27.68, which is less than 29. So hence it is okay. So in this way you can solve, or you can design a staircase, that is dogleg staircase. So I have given the complete detailed analysis of each and every step. So you can see this is the reinforcement detailing of the staircase that we have designed. So this is the main reinforcement, okay, that we have provided here 13 numbers and 12 mm dia. At the rate center to center distance you can determine by B by 13. B is 1350 and then you need to provide that, and yeah, that is for main reinforcement. And these are the transverse reinforcement where we have provided 6 number and 10 mm dia, okay. At the rate center to center distance is 1350 by 6, you can provide here. So yeah, this is the reinforcement detailing. So likewise we have done in the slab. This is for the reinforcement detailing of staircase.